having you all here this afternoon. This is the beginning of a new era for open space in our city, in our region, as presented in the Gateway Mall Master Plan, which you're going to be viewing in just a moment. First of all, I'd like to introduce some of the people who have helped bring the mall vision together. Alderman Phyllis Young is with us. We also have the Gateway, and you're going to hear from in just a moment, the Gateway Foundation Representative Christy Fox. The steering committee, which included the Gateway Foundation. We also have Greenway Representative Todd Antoine, Jim Clore from St. Louis Downtown Partnership, Gary Bess, who's the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry for the City of St. Louis, and Rollins Stanley, who's the Director of Planning for the City of St. Louis. The time has come to rethink our central space open corridor for open space corridor for downtown St. Louis. The current space was conceived in the early 1900s west of Tucker, and the blocks east of Tucker were added piecemeal over many years. But there was really never a comprehensive vision for the entire space. There is a potential for creating a tremendous asset, yet the length of the space and its present condition and character presents significant challenges. This plan brings a new way of thinking about open space in downtown St. Louis, something that can be exciting, spectacular, and engaging. The growing daytime and residential population need to be served by open space and creates a range of options for both active and passive uses. The mall is a unique opportunity to create an urban space that will become the front yard for our residents and businesses, as well as a focal point civic celebration both locally and regionally. Active space that will attract and engage people in downtown St. Louis. The new urban garden that will soon begin construction on 2 blocks east of where we stand is an example of the creative spaces that will enhance our physical environment. The garden also represents an important part of the plan's recommendations for implementation, building partnerships within the community to help deliver the amenities as well as operate and maintain them. The Gateway Foundation has asked the town of Garden to partner with them in the maintenance of the garden, and the garden has agreed to do so. Steve Smith of the Lawrence Group, who I understand is supposed to be with us, I don't see him in the audience. They will also participate in it.
Pretty quickly, in less than hopefully 5 minutes, we'll talk briefly what this is about. The team that was put together was led by Urban Strategies out of Toronto, which have international experience in master planning. Thomas Balsley was a designer out of New York. He was also involved in the Art Connector project. And lots of local folks with development strategies helped us with economics, our tourists with logistics and design. Bliss Collaborative on
give people a reason to come downtown if they haven't before, and for those people who are living here and have spaces to do the things that they want to do. For instance, sports, a touch football game on a Sunday afternoon, help play in the park with the children that are now moving into downtown. Those sorts of things are things that we haven't been able to accommodate, and so the plan before you today will provide us with that opportunity. It's also a thrill to say that 2 of the blocks of the plan are going to be done immediately, so that this is...
Mayor, Roland, whoever wants to tackle this one. So just to be clear, this plan, such as it is, with the exception of the urban garden, exists only on paper right now. And we're hoping for private contributions or what to make it a reality, is that right?
That's correct.
Any idea how much that would, I mean, outside of the urban gardens, any idea how much that would cost or where it would come from?
No, what we're doing is with the Conservancy Group fundraise for specific elements. The Conservancy Group will fundraise for specific elements of the plan. So we know the cost of the urban garden. We have some ideas about what it will cost to do the 2 blocks around the Park Pacific, and other ideas. We have some rough ballpark figures. But the key will be to get someone to fund specific elements and then bring in a specific designer to help us develop those plans and phases.
What's Steve Smith doing at the Pacific?
He's looking at the block in front of him and the block beside him, and what we can do to those spaces to enhance them for the people who are moving into that area.
And he's going to, the Lawrence Group, he's going to fund that privately. Or is talking about it.
We're looking for funding it that way, yes.
Okay.
In different ways.
That's the 2 blocks to the east of this. There's 1 block to blocks east of here, and then 2 blocks after that. 2 basic blocks basically will be an urban garden and a sculpture park. That will begin sometime this year. I don't know if we've got the exact time. Originally it was going to be sometime this spring. I think we'll start on it. But it is going to be maintained by the Missouri Botanical Gardens, and funding has been being provided by the Gateway Foundation. That will be up to a $25 million investment in downtown St. Louis for those 2 blocks. So that's the beginning of the overall vision for this for the Gateway Mall. So that's only 2 blocks, and there's a lot more to get done. But that's a great start, and that's what's going to happen next.
Mr. Mayor, what are you talking about as far as the timeline for the urban area? The urban area that's this year?
It's going to start this spring. The urban garden and sculpture park will be started this spring. They've already purchased some sculptures for that location, and somebody else can give you more details on exactly where they are with the design and what have you. But yeah, my understanding is that it's going to start this spring.
And what's the big picture? Say a lot of funding starts to come in. What's the big picture?
It's going to depend on a lot of things, but obviously we've got a good jump start here with 2 blocks and a $25 million start. This is a there's a lot of space here, so it's going to take some time. It's going to take a fair amount of money, but I'm not here to tell you when this whole thing is going to be completed. The sculpture garden, as I understand it, and the sculpture park and the urban garden should be completed sometime probably July or August of this year. July or August of this year. So we're going to. I'm sorry, 09. Sorry, July or August of 09. I thought that was pretty quick. So it's going to be a several year project, but again, this is all interest in doing something that people can touch and see in terms of providing resources to make it happen. We have a very generous community here, and I'm very confident that we can get this done. A timeline I'm not set to give yet.
Mayor Slay, won't the old Post Office Plaza compete with Gateway Mall for the attention of people coming?
No, not at all. It's not going to compete at all. First of all, we need a downtown that's attractive in its entirety. There's going to be various parts of downtown. This is going to be a very special space, a very unique space. First of all, it's much larger. It's right down the middle of our downtown, and as beautiful as the old post office park is going to be, I mean, that's a relatively small space, and this is something that I think if we do it the way we'd like to do it, first of all, I think the sculpture park itself is going to get international attention. But once this thing is completed, some of the components that we think can happen here could rise to the level of international acclaim. And that's the vision for this. Something that will actually bring people into downtown just to see. But that's a beautiful project. It's a good complement to what's happening in that area with the loft developments and the old post office. But this is a much bigger project, and probably going to be a much more visible project nationally and internationally. We've got a lot of ideas on that. Anything on this subject?
One quick question.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything new here that we haven't seen before. Is there something new today?
2 things. First of all, what you're seeing is a culmination of what came out of the first public meeting and the second public meeting. And the second public meeting we held was overwhelming support. The polls came through in the same way. What's evolved since that time is the urban garden, some work on Keener Plaza, and some work on the 2 blocks, which we hope we'll have available to show press in Belmont. In the actual concrete plans to show how those particular spaces will evolve.
Okay, but the drawings I see behind me, though, are the same drawings I saw before.
There's a couple of the images have been updated, but they're not on here. They're in the actual master.
Okay, thank you.